Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover murder, mystery to the missing. There is a new recent bombshell involving Bryan Kohberger, the man being charged with the quadruple homicide of the 4 Idaho students, where Bryan Kohberger's mother and father have been subpoenaed to testify behind closed doors in front of a grand jury, which is in relation to another homicide that involves a woman who was found dead in the woods approximately 30 miles from the Kohberger residence in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. Dana Smithers, 45, who went missing on May 28th of last year. Smithers, who was missing for nearly a whole year, was recently found on April 27th of this year. Kohberger's parents were subpoenaed to appear before a grand jury recently involving this case. Smithers was last seen leaving a neighbor's residence on a ring cam on May 28th, never to be seen again until a year later. There is talk that Bryan Kohberger has an alibi for that day.
They live in the same area, the same county where this body was found. Now, Kohberger claims he has an alibi for May 28. I'm not sure that I buy that. Remember, Washington State University classes did not start until August, so this is May preceding August.
And maybe his alibi has something to do with his parents, and that is why his parents were called before a grand jury. But that is just speculation. The cause of death for Dana Smithers is unknown at this time, but I would think that this case has to involve foul play, as they found her cell phone, wallet, and medication left at her house. It sounds like either something happened to Dana as she was either heading back home or shortly after she got back to her house. Sadly, since Smithers' body was found almost a year later, it's most likely her remains were just bones and will be harder to determine the cause of death, or at least the full picture. If Kohberger is responsible for the quadruple homicide of the Idaho students, then it's not a stretch to think there could have been prior homicides that he may have been a part of. What is interesting is that although Kohberger was living in Pullman, Washington during the quadruple homicide in November 2022, Bryan had only moved to Washington in August, which he talks about during this body cam footage here after being pulled over by a cop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not from Pennsylvania. We actually don't have like crossbones.
Oh,
so we can kind of slightly. Yeah, there's a little bit more leeway as well. Like
the revised code of Washington. So I'm not writing a ticket or anything like that today. I understand you're from Pennsylvania, but in the future, don't proceed through the intersection. You can't get stopped for that alone, unless.
So I believe Bryan Kohberger was living at his parents' residence in Pennsylvania during that month of May of 2022. What's also interesting is that Kohberger got a new cell phone on June 23rd, just a month after Dana Smithers went missing. Could this be related or just a mere coincidence? Now, of course, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and I'm not implying Bryan is responsible, but the fact his parents were subpoenaed does imply that law enforcement are certainly looking into it. Bryan Kohberger, who stood silent during his recent plea hearing, is set to go to trial on October 2nd. If there is more news on this or Kohberger, I will keep you guys updated. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please be respectful. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thank you so much for watching.